Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Boost Brothers Garage. Today we show you all about Thomas's 911.
Hey guys.
Stay tuned.
Hey guys, so really excited to walk you guys around the car, let you look at it. So we'll start right here in the front. One, I will apologize, the car is still dirty from the trek home from VIR, which the car went off the track and into the wall, so you'll see some remnants of that later. I won't really highlight it because it's not something I like to talk about, but you'll see the remnants anyway. As you can tell, this is the bumper we were talking about earlier. This is the Iroc bumper we put on the car earlier in the year based on the accident that happened at the autocross. Nothing really special on the front of the car. This is just a factory, 87 tub. So it's got a factory 87 fuel tank. Something you can kind of see the remnants of here is for the intercooler, water to air intercooler in the rear, which we'll show you in a minute. But other than that, it's pretty much a pretty factory 911 tub. So the car was wide body, as you can tell. It's got the vintage 911 fenders and the inlets in the rear quarters. So this was a factory looking RSR. This is not some crazy off the shelf body kit or anything like that. This was made to look like a factory RSR car. The car weighs roughly 2,200, almost 2,300 pounds without driver. So with me, it's still right in around 2,500 pounds. The car has been lightened up to the nth degree. We did plexiglass RS style windows. So it's just plexiglass with a leather strap. So we didn't have all the window mechanisms and everything else. The doors are extremely light, so you can hear there's not a whole lot to them. The joy seats are really great. This is aluminum molded seat. The seat's molded to the door.
Don't worry guys, I got beer.
Yeah. So it is really a fantastic seat. It's really contoured to my body. The fabric that's over top of it is much like a Kirky seat. So the aluminum is contoured just fine, but the fabric is just so you don't get either one, really cold in the mornings on cold track mornings from the aluminum, or two, anything catching on your clothing. It is, again, it's a factory 87 tub. So one thing you'll notice is the G50 shifter. It's a G50 car. Outside of that, it's just got a removable steering wheel and no interior. So it's coilover front with a Weltmeister sway bar. Elephant Racing, I can't tell you how many ways adjustable on the bottom. It's all the factory stuff's been removed and it's all in-link underneath. But it's the Elephant Racing 935 kit in the front. Brakes are 930 turbo front end with floating rotors, and I think actually what we ended up with was 928 GTS calipers in the front. The rear is 930 turbo with 930 turbo rear rotors. Nothing crazy there. And then again, coil over in the rear with no torsion bars. All the glass has been changed over to plexi, as you can see from the outside, but other than that, it's just a really lightweight example. You can kind of see some minor damage from where I found the wall at VIR, and yeah, he's got to zoom in there. We used to be able to see all the track maps of all the tracks we used to run in this car, some of which aren't around anymore. Matter of fact, this here, which would have finished out in a very phallic shape, was Beaver Run. So Beaver Run was a course that is now called Pit Race. And then you can see the Nürburgring, which I visited last August. This is a 3.6 engine. It's actually kind of a bastard, to be honest with you. It's a 964 bottom end, so early Metzger 964 engine, and then the top end is Varioram heads, Varioram pistons and the like. Did develop a slight oil leak late in the season, and that's one of the reasons why I'm going to pull the engine and freshen it. It's just kind of gotten annoying. It's nothing huge, but it's enough to keep some wet surface on the top of the engine. It is a TPC kit, supercharged. This is just an Eaton M90 supercharger and a water to air intercooler. It actually really works out well for all throughout power, but one of the main complaints I have from it is I can tell a huge difference in my morning runs versus my afternoon runs due to heat soak. So that supercharger will actually be gone after this season. We will not be running it anymore. I'm going to go to either a Rotrex or similar centrifugal unit, and then to call out one of my buddies in California, Rassant, Andrew DeRude, will be doing an AEM complete engine management system and wiring harness for me. And so I'm really looking forward to doing that update, because right now the way that the TPC kit works is it utilizes your factory wiring harness. As you can see, this is actually a new old stock wiring harness from Porsche. And then you can see remnants of this little bastardized, it's actually just a piggyback unit that uses additional injectors on the backside of the intake. And I really hate it because it's non-linear. You can really tell when it kicks in and kicks out, and it's just rather ugly, and it's not the way I like to do things. So we're going to see a really good update to this engine come the winter. All in all, you guys have seen it. This is the car. It's a ball of fun. It's actually quite terrifying if you're not used to it, because it steers with the throttle pedal, like most guys that will tell you in a 911. But it is great fun. It is a great car to experience the track with, but it just needs some love. Over the course of the next year, this car will be getting some new bodywork. Some of the bodywork I'm going to reuse, like the hood and the doors and everything else. But a lot of the bodywork is going to be updated to new glass. If you got any really good images, you would see some of the spider webbing is here. But this is just getting tired, and so I'm going to update all the new bodywork, and the car will actually be a different color. And that is what, in an earlier video, what you heard Mike allude to. This car is actually kind of famous within our group, from New Jersey all the way as far west as probably St. Louis. A lot of the guys know this car as Purple Haze, and it's been Purple Haze since 1997, so this is its 20th year in this color. When I change the bodywork, it's going to be a huge shock, and hopefully we've done something to capture it and for people to see before we change it, and it's going to look much different, because I'm not going to spend $6,000 in paint material to repaint it this color. Not only that, I haven't been the hugest fan of this color. So that's just the cold hard truth. I've not been a huge fan of the color, and I'm really looking forward to it being more of a classic look. That is Purple Haze, or the 87 911 that I own. We'll do some more talks about the other cars that I own as we go along, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and look forward to seeing you again.